In today's video, we are continuing our look at systems leadership and taking a slightly deeper dive into what systems leadership is, its key principles, and how it helps leaders navigate complex, interconnected environments. We will also discuss the skills and behaviours needed for effective systems leadership and its role in driving collective change across organisations. Systems leadership refers to leading across organisational, geographical and professional boundaries to address complex challenges that no single entity can solve alone. Unlike traditional leadership models that emphasise individual authority, systems leadership is about fostering collective action and collaboration. It's especially important in addressing large-scale problems like healthcare integration or climate change. This is probably the best definition I've found of systems leadership so far, and I'll do the presenting sort of faux pas of reading the slide, but I think it's worth it. Systems leadership is about how you lead across boundaries. It describes the way people need to behave when they face large, complex, difficult and seemingly intractable problems where they need to juggle multiple uncertainties, where no one person or organisation can find or organise the solution on their own, where everyone is grappling with how to make resources meet demand, which is outstripping them, and where the way forward therefore lies in involving as many people's energies, ideas, talents and expertise as possible. So yes, an excellent definition, better than most of the textbook ones you'll probably find. And if you're looking to implement systems leadership in your organisation, that's probably one to share with your teams. At its core, systems leadership is collective. Leadership is distributed across many people at different levels of the system. It involves working across organisational boundaries to align around a shared vision or purpose. The goal is not just about achieving organisational objectives, but improving outcomes for the broader system, which can include the community at large. Systems leadership has emerged as a response to the VUCA environment, which we've got another video about on this channel. That is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Traditional command and control leadership models struggle in such environments because they are linear and hierarchical. Systems leaders thrive in VUCA contexts by being adaptable, resilient, and open to new ways of thinking. Systems leaders often work without formal authority. Instead, they rely on influence, persuasion, and relationship building to drive change. They co-create solutions with stakeholders rather than imposing them from above. This requires patience and a long-term vision because systemic change takes time. There's a quote here from the British Medical Journal, which looked into leadership. Factors were stratified into 6 key categories: organisational culture, workforce management, inter-organisational collaboration, leadership ability of staff, economic factors, and political factors. Key here is that leadership was deemed to be the most influential factor due to its intrinsic and instrumental role in influencing the other key factors. So essentially, if you get your leadership correct and strong, then you'll have a positive impact on all the other factors that are essential for you to achieve your desired outcomes. Effective systems leaders are comfortable with ambiguity. They understand that solutions are not always clear-cut. They have an open mindset that allows them to adapt to new insights and perspectives. And resilience is key because systems change often involves setbacks and resistance. Systems leaders need high emotional intelligence to understand the perspectives of diverse stakeholders. They must be skilled in collaborative problem solving, since they often work with people who have different interests or goals. Conflict management is also crucial because systemic change can create tension between competing priorities and teams. Relationships are central to systems leadership. Leaders must build trust across different parts of the system, whether it's between organisations or within teams. Engaging diverse stakeholders ensures that multiple perspectives are considered in the decision-making processes. Successful systems leaders create networks that foster collaboration. One of the biggest challenges for systems leaders is navigating conflicting goals between stakeholders who may have different priorities or agendas. Managing uncertainty is another challenge because systemic problems are often complex and unpredictable. Finally, overcoming organisational silos requires breaking down barriers that prevent collaboration. While systems thinking helps leaders understand the complexity of interconnected issues, systems leadership focuses on acting within that complexity to drive change. It's about moving from analysis to action by creating collaborative solutions that engage multiple stakeholders. Effective systems leaders enable others by facilitating dialogues across different parts of the system. They empower others to take on leadership roles rather than centralizing decision-making power. Importantly, they also share resources, whether it's knowledge or funding or other resources, to help others contribute to the collective effort. For systems leadership to thrive, organizations need a culture that encourages risk-taking and innovation. Inclusivity is also crucial. Diverse teams bring varied perspectives that can lead to better solutions. Finally, supporting continuous learning ensures that leaders remain adaptable as new challenges arrive. One case study that we can look at, particularly in the UK, systems leadership is studied a lot within the health sector. So there are immensely complex systems and interconnected organisations in the health sector, which bring together various organisations including the NHS, local authorities, social care and voluntary organisations. When done well, these organisations and agencies work together to create a seamless care pathway for patients, particularly those with long-term or complex conditions like the elderly or those with mental health issues. The key to success in these systems is having shared goals focused on improving patient outcomes. Instead of each agency working in isolation, they align their efforts around common objectives, such as reducing hospital admissions and improving patient well-being. This shared responsibility helps to ensure that patients receive coordinated care across different services. And one of the major challenges in healthcare is overcoming organisational silos. Different agencies often work independently, leading to fragmented care where important information is not shared. Integrated care systems address this by fostering better communication and breaking down these barriers to ensure that all professionals are on the same page regarding a patient's care plan. So if we look at integrated care systems, ICS, in the UK, these systems coordinate between health professionals, social workers and community services to manage patient care more effectively. And by working together, they have been shown to reduce hospital admissions and improve the quality of life for patients with complex needs. So the patient benefits from better care, more personalised and coordinated care, and the services and government agencies and so on benefit from reduced duplication of services and a more effective use of resources. Developing effective systems leaders requires targeted interventions, such as mentoring programs where experienced leaders can guide emerging leaders. Action learning sets allow leaders to work through real-world problems collectively, or learning from each other's experiences. Also, communities of practice foster ongoing collaboration across different parts of the system. These can be particularly useful in large organisations such as the civil service, where training programs can be implemented and they may be very good, but at the end of the course there is a habit for things to drift back to the norm, as those who went on the courses are no longer surrounded by people with that same desire to implement new ways of working. So in conclusion, systems leadership is essential for tackling the complex challenges that we face today, everything from climate change to healthcare, space exploration, mass transportation and housing. However, it requires ongoing development and support from organisations that are committed to fostering this type of leadership. Ultimately, it's a collective effort that demands patience and a lot of work from people involved, but it does promise long-term success. So I hope this longer, slightly deeper dive into systems leadership has been interesting and useful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below or get in touch directly. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.